Going everybody, this is Ben for Ben Cat Zenker, and welcome to Sleepy Overwatch, I guess. This is a new series. This is just gonna be me rambling when I'm kind of tired. It's kind of late in the day. It's literally dark out, so that's considered sleepy to me. Anyway, we're gonna just go ahead and start this thing. Probably turn this down a little bit more. Towards 5. I like it at 5. 5's good. Okay. And we're just gonna play Mystery Heroes while we just talk and ramble about just random shit, okay? So first off, I've been thinking a lot today. And by a lot, I mean, I don't know, I've just been thinking a lot about stuff in general. It's... Oh god, yeah, actually I'm kinda tired. Sorry about this. I am so sorry. Anyway. So... One of the things, dicks, butts, and boobies, lovely. That's a lovely global chat right there. Anyway, so, I'm thinking a lot today about how Wall Street's really scared of YouTubers. Now, why would this be the case? Why would Wall Street need to be scared of YouTubers? Isn't that a little bit weird? Well, because as much as they have an influence over the American oligarchy, we YouTubers, we have an influence over the world. Like, I don't know what Wall Street equivalent exists in other countries, but we have more of it or something. I don't know. How do I say this? We have a lot of influence, it seems like. And I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm really not. Like, this is legitimately not me trying to brag. I don't take pride in being American. I don't. Hard to lately, just given everything that I know, but it's like Wall Street controls so much. Wall Street literally just basically controls the fucking government right now, right? So what if they didn't? Well, then they would be very upset, I'm pretty sure, as well as something else. I feel like when the wealthy start to lose power over the people and they start to lose influence, that's when they start to get offended. They start to get really upset. So if you've noticed, Wall Street will try to attack, what was her name? What's that one YouTuber? She wrote a book, and they're blaming the book. Or I don't know if they did it, but the journalism in general is really shitty lately. They're blaming her mainly for the reason that kids aren't doing as good in reading. Which is weird. It doesn't make sense. If you go watch Philip DeFranco, I think you remember what I'm talking about on that. I can't remember if that's where I saw something on that. I don't know. Anyway, I just know that there's a lot of stuff going on with journalism and the wealthy elite, and they don't want YouTubers to have influence over people. They want you to stop listening to YouTubers, stop, hearing what they say. But Wall Street just wants for people to hear what they want people to hear. What they just want. Wall Street and all the corporates in America and across the world, they just want you to know what they know. They don't want you to know anymore. They don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know hardly anything, right? Okay. Well, they're trying to cover up the truth. Alright, well, we know that now. A lot of people know that by now, actually. And it's good to be in the know. It's good to be in the know that this is what Wall Street does. But at the same time, what can you do about it? Well, what I can do myself is nothing. Obviously, I am one single person with just a voice. Well, okay. But if you have a voice, you can gather people up under a cause, right? Yeah. Well, I declare now that the Ben Cat Zenker community is against Wall Street. How about that? Wall Street can cash me outside. How about that? Except for I won't be arrested for prostitution or whatever. But you know. You get the point. We're against the wealthy elite controlling everything. That's part of this community's goals, that we're against the wealthy controlling everything. And I'm sorry if I've just made it political, but if you are down for the wealthy elite controlling everything, what kind of person does that make you? I guess that's all I'm asking, is like, if you're for a system run by the wealthy, for the white man, it's like, what kind of person does that make you if you're for that kind of system, I guess. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a It's a legit question. What kind of person does that make you if you're all for that kind of government that just goes for the wealthy minority and just like bends to them?
I'm taking care of you.
What kind of government is that? This shouldn't even be a government, but the definition of that is called an oligarchy, which is the thing I keep referring to in my videos lately. America is not a democratic republic, and in my opinion that's sort of just a made-up word to cover up the term oligarchy. This is probably going to give me backlash later on in life when the community grows and such, but you know what? Someone's gotta say it. And I can't be the only one saying it. I've been talking to other people and other YouTubers about it a little bit. Like, we can't just let people, like, in the entertainment business here, just keep on, I guess, shitting on minorities and shitting on the people that are actually suffering. Like, why is no one why is no one making jokes at the wealthy minority? Why is no one making jokes towards them? Why is everything that's considered really, like, non-political, you know, everyone's always like, oh, there's too much political correctness, but in the entertainment industry, like, it seems like people love not being, you know, just genuinely nice people. Political correctness is considered, you know, when you're just not being an asshole, basically. So being an asshole makes you popular? Okay. Well, what if we're to be assholes to the wealthy elite? As YouTubers, what if we are to do that? What happens then? I am curious, and this is an experiment. Indeed, everything in life is for the most part sometimes. But this is an experiment. What if we make jokes about them, about the wealthy elite controlling everything? You know, what happens then? I mean, this, you know, I respect Google and, you know, all the stuff that it does and all that, but, you know, what happens when we make jokes about the wealthy elite? Do we get the same praise, or will we get told that we're being rude and insensitive and all this, you know? I guess I just want to know, like, you know, what's the difference? If I were to be, you know, if I were to be rude to the wealthy elite, does that make me a bad person? No. If anything, that makes me a sensible person, because honestly, them controlling everything is just, it's not right. And it's very much prominent, especially with the current political climate, and that things are not right when the wealthy elite controls everything. Things don't go well, things aren't okay. There's the trickle-down system is a hypothetical one and is not even right. That's not how the economics work. It's a system of false economics that doesn't actually work and has never actually worked. I'm sure you can argue that, oh, anarchy doesn't work, but anarchy is just rebellion against corrupt authority and the oligarchy. So, do I support anarchy? Do I support anti-fascist movement? Yes, I absolutely do. I am stating that right now that I absolutely do. I do not support the oligarchy. I do not think that America should remain as an oligarchy, or, as the public and media want to tell you, democratic republic. But is there really anything democratic about wealthy in the Wall Street controlling everything? Them covering up child trafficking and all this other horrible stuff with their money. Because in a capitalist system, you can get away with anything as long as you have all the money and the power. Because money equals power, right? So, there's definitely something wrong with that.
That's more like it.
I'm against that sort of system. I don't think the wealthy should be in control of everything. I think that people who are experienced and care about others as humans and care about human rights, I think that they should be in control of everything. I think that if they are experienced in healthcare and all of this, they're experienced in, you know, all these things, I think that they should be qualified. But if you're not qualified in those things and all you get in for is because of the money and popularity, no, I absolutely don't think you deserve any sort of job position that's going to put you in a position of power. You should not get a position of power just because you are wealthy. But that is the current America that you know and hopefully don't love necessarily. But yeah, I don't know, I just really wanted to talk about that, and I think more YouTubers should hop on this train of saying, hey, the wealthy elite, fuck you. And that's what we should be saying to wealthy elite, because they don't need to be controlling everything. They don't need to be controlling people's lives and human rights, and if I live safely or not, you know, as transgender individual, my rights should not be determined by those of wealthy elite. Absolutely not. And no one else's rights should be determined by the wealthy politicians. I really don't think that's reasonable. Because as we stand right now, literally, like, sure, there's the Constitution, but, you know, Mr. Orange Pig, he wants to go and change it and all that. So it's like, what would you want to change out of that? Free speech? It's funny because corporates, this is another thing, before I go off into this tangent though, it's just like corporates in general and people, they think that we need to be obedient. They think that we need to be just obedient because the Constitution says so. Well, the Constitution also says that our rights are temporary and are only determined by that of politicians who can edit the Constitution. So, why do we live in a system? Why are we complacent in temporary rights that can just be taken away the very next day, the very next year, any sort of time? People could implement Jim Crow laws again if they wanted to. If they decided to be just bold enough about their xenophobic views and all this, they could go ahead and try to implement Jim Crow laws if they wanted to state and make it a state decision. I mean, that's kind of what's going on with transgender rights and bathrooms and such. Obviously, it applies to public schools, but still, that's where it starts. It starts at the public school level. And then businesses start enforcing it and all of this other stuff. And it's like, we can't keep letting this happen. This isn't right. Something's very wrong with this. And I think as YouTubers it is our job to speak up because we have an influence over people. We influence a lot of people. And I know I have a community of over 180 something, 150? I don't even remember. I don't remember. I don't look at my subscriber count very often, to be honest with you, but I am thankful to all of you for sticking with me this whole time. And even listening to this video, actually, even if you're new, welcome, 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 welcome. This is just Sleepy Overwatch. This is another series I'm going to start as well as, like, alongside Sleepy Warframe. They'll be their own separate playlists, and you'll be able to find them by searching them, but it's just freaking like, if rights for people of color are just temporary right now, and they can be taken away at any time, what kind of system are we living in? Why are we remaining complacent in a system that does that? Why do we continue to just remain complacent in such a corrupt system? I think it's because we're programmed from so many different ways that we just need to obey and be obedient. Don't ever question authority. I think that's very programmed, especially by some parents in America. Don't ever question authorities. Well, absolutely question authorities. Always question the authority. Always question why things are being done, especially if they make you uncomfortable. Always question that. Always. Like, never don't question that, because that's when you give in to the wealthy. It is when you start not questioning that, you give into the wealthy elite. And thus you are giving them the win. And they are the enemy. Yes. I do consider the wealthy elite to be the enemy of YouTubers. They're trying to make us look bad because guess what? We have influence over people. They don't want us to have influence. They want to make us look as bad as possible. No matter what they have to do, no matter how they have to word it, these inexperienced journalists, some have some experience, some don't. They want to make... I mean, if you want to know where the real fake news comes from, go to Wall Street. You'll find plenty of it there, I'm sure. I'm sure you'll find plenty of things taken out of context and assumptions made, and people will just roll with it. They'll roll with it as if it's like legit. Just, yeah. Go to Wall Street. You'll find the best fake news there, ever. That's where you'll find the most of it. I promise you that. I promise you that. If you want fake news, go to Wall Street. And this is me making a statement, I guess, technically. But, yeah. Go to Wall Street. If you want to find fake news, go to Wall Street. You'll find all of it right there. I'm sure. I'm sure that you will. I'm very much certain of that. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah. So something else I wanted to mention is that corporations, just corporations in general, media news outlets and all this, they often focus so much on the... They focus on the,
Shield generator online.
They'll sure as hell focus on the Constitution that declares free speech, you know, right? Without people intervening in free speech. Well, it's not so cut in stone like that. It's not all black and white. Free speech is without government intervention. So me saying all the things that I'm saying, I should not have any government-hired assassins or anything come after me, because that is fucking stupid. And that is government intervention, that is illegal. That's against the Constitution, you're not supposed to do that. Like, I'm just giving that heads up. That's how this is supposed to go. Obviously, I'm going to the crazy conspiracy thing of, oh yeah, someone's gonna come after me for saying this. No. These are just words. I'm a keyboard warrior. Who am I kidding, okay? I'm no threat, alright? They don't come after me, they come after the people that actually do try to oppose it, physically. I'm just a voice. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing nothing wrong, I'm just speaking my mind. That is the freedom that you get, supposedly, in America. And I'd like to hope that it stays that way. But, at the same time, while getting that freedom of speech, you get to live under a system controlled by the wealthy. Which isn't really all that great, actually. It's never been great, and you're not going to make it great if you just make it continue to be controlled by the wealthy. Maybe Orange Pig could learn a thing or two from that. As long as we are a system controlled by the wealthy, we will not be great, we will never be great. We never have been great. So, another thing I want to talk about? Yeah, this was what I was trying to get into earlier, was the corporates and news stations. They only want you to hear about the Constitution. They don't even go into the fact that free speech is without government intervention, not people intervention. Going against Milo Yiannopoulos, that was people intervention. It's not impending on his free speech. The stupid nationalists just want you to think that. They want you to think that this is going against the Constitution. But no, it's not. What happened did not go against the Constitution. In fact, they were protecting people by going against him, actually. So, applause to you, masked mercenaries. Applause to you, indeed. I appreciate you. Because I know what he's done. I've researched it. I've done the research, yes. And just in general, I think that things do need to be opposed at all levels here. The government itself should be opposed here, or we should be opposing it, rather. Because guess what? If nothing's done, no one says anything, then all we get is obedient sheeple that want to keep living under an oligarchy, and the oligarchy doesn't work. It doesn't work for human rights. It doesn't. It really doesn't. God, I keep going on a tangent here, but no. What I wanted to go into was that what's just as important as the Constitution is the Declaration of Independence. People always forget about that. You say Declaration of Independence, and they tilt your head at you like, well, what was that term that you just said? Ben, what's a Declaration of Independence? Declaration of Independence in the supposedly United States is because they're not united, actually. Technically, they're not all united. They're united by federal law, but that's really it. They're not really truly united. In a manner of speaking. Anyway, so the Declaration of Independence is just as important, and you know what it says? It says that we have the right to overthrow an oppressive government. Well, guess what? A government controlled by the wealthy few is definitely an oppressive government, especially when they start taking away rights. Say if you identify as a certain religion, suddenly you're not allowed to come here? That's very oppressive, I'd say. There's a lot of things done to oppress rights, such as the rights to use the bathroom of choice for public students who are transgender. Yes, this is an oppressive government, but are we doing anything about it? No. At least not on the surface, anyway. At least not that I can see with my simplistic views and how I don't know much of the underground stuff that might be happening. That is why I don't know. Again, I'd say that a lot is being planned, but I don't know what's being done about it. On the surface, nothing seems to be being done, and what the DNC is doing about it is holding up protest signs that say "Obey." Yeah, have you seen that meme? I'll gladly post it on Tumblr. And again, like I said, it's better to be a Tumblrina, quote unquote, than it is to be a quote unquote Twitler. Obviously, I said that in my words of wisdom just the other day. I don't know why we're talking about this. This is just getting deep into it. Anyway, I don't know why we're doing this map again, but whatever. I'm cool. So anyway, what were we saying? Yeah. So because things are the way they are, it's very problematic. Even if you can't see how it's problematic, it has been very problematic indeed. Actually, looks cool little darts. Look at those. Anyway, so this is just me basically saying, hey, wealthy elite, fuck you, go fuck yourselves, alright? We're not cool with you. YouTube community, we're not cool with you. People like, what was her name? Let me look this up here real quick. Sorry. It won't take long, it's on Facebook notification here. Okay. Yeah, so apparently lately, Lauren Southern, the latest quote-unquote alt-right media troll to gain access to the White House. Jesus Christ, yeah. It's getting worse, 'cause she's a YouTuber as well. I don't know what her YouTube name is. I don't know what her YouTube plug is, but people like that, we don't need them being monetized on YouTube. They're advocating for white supremacy, and it's not okay. What we should be advocating for is to go against the wealthy elite, because they're the real threat. She gained access to a White House press briefing. Isn't that interesting? Their little spokesperson, little spokeswoman wants to go and advocate for white supremacy. I'm white supremacist, blah 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 blah. It's like freaking, oh, it's so stupid. Oh, they're so stupid. Why she look like a Barbie? Jesus. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not gonna apologize. This is people that advocate for white supremacy. They all look like zombies, and they all have like bags under their eyes, like hardcore. Like, it must keep them up at night, being such pieces of crap, to advocate for supremacy like that. Like, it must keep a person up at night. I can imagine. I can imagine that it does. I can only imagine. It must keep one up at night. Just being a total piece of crap must keep one up at night. I can't even imagine how much sleep you'd lose. Anyway, that aside, yes, this is not a democracy. It's not a democratic republic or whatever they want to call it. Whatever they tell you that it's called, it's an oligarchy. If you do your research, if you watch Vendetta, you'll see the crap that I'm talking about. You'll understand. It's literally, Vendetta is like what's going on right now with Flint, Michigan. You got water poisoning, and guess what? Just the other day, someone filed a lawsuit, or they were suing someone to check into the whole, like, why the water's poisoned, why it has so much iron into it. And you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe what happened. The lady who did this, she was found shot dead in the head in her house. No one knows who did it. There's not much public information about it, but guess what? It did happen. She was shot dead. I'd be willing to bet that it was a government-hired assassin. Free speech, you say. Free speech you advocate for. But what about the Declaration of Independence that says to overthrow an oppressive government? What about that? What about that? I'm just curious, where did that go? Because, in my opinion, the Declaration of Independence is just as important as the Constitution. And it's okay if you disagree with me on that. I'm okay with that. But what we can't be agreeing on is that oligarchy is not a good thing. It's just not. Oligarchy is not a good thing to keep having in just in general in society. It doesn't work. It's not a system that works for everyone. It's a system that works for the wealthy few. It has to work for the common working class, middle class person. It has to work for the poor people. It has to work for the less fortunate people. It has to work for people with disabilities. It has to work for all. Otherwise, it's just not a system that we can just keep having. Unless it works for all people. I'm sure many of you can agree with that. It just seems ridiculous to have a system that only favors the wealthy elite. I think it's a stupid system. Absolutely. And I mean, if YouTubers are allowed to voice their opinions so much, let's voice our opinions as people who are against the wealthy elite. So don't let me be the only one, alright? I don't need to be in this fight alone, alright? Wall Street wants to make us look bad. We gotta stick up for ourselves as YouTubers and go against that. We gotta show them that we're good people. Don't show Wall Street that we're good people, because all they do is traffic kids and all this other crap. And of course they get found in hotel rooms and all this with underage people. But that aside, Wall Street's just not good. It's just not full of good people. I wouldn't trust people from Wall Street. In fact, I'd rather trust going to the bathroom next to someone who is trans over going next to someone, like, over using the bathroom with someone who is from the Wall Street swamp. I would trust using the bathroom next to a trans person over using the bathroom next to someone who's a Wall Street swamp child trafficker. I would trust the trans person over Wall Street any day, basically. I'm sure many of you can understand that. Anyway, I don't even know why I started talking about this. This is Sleepy Overwatch. I'm just full of nonsense, okay? Don't listen, or totally listen, and totally do something about the problems that are occurring. No matter what you do, I'm with you on this cause. I'm with you on this fight, alright? You're not alone here. Just know that. Know that you're not alone in this fight. Know that you're not the only one who's woke. And it's our job as YouTubers to wake others up to the reality of it. The DNC, they're controlled by the wealthy elite. Controlled by Wall Street. Guess what? The Republican one, also controlled by wealthy elite. Both Democrats and Republicans controlled by the wealthy elite. I mean, honestly, so much is controlled by the wealthy elite. Even the third parties are controlled by the wealthy elite. Like, god dang. I mean, I love Bernie. He's doing the most here. But we can't just go and befriend the DNC. Although, if we are using the system, we're using the wealthy elite to gain access to possibly a revolution that will shut down the Wall Street and the wealthy elite, or a portion of it, then that would be good too. Although, how are we going to shut down Hollywood? That's the question, you know? Like, how do we do that? How do we go that far? Because they are also a problem. They also harbor pedophiles there too. So, what else can we do? I mean, it's a big fight, and it'll take some time, yes. But I think everyone's kind of starting to realize it. Everyone's kind of starting to realize the truth. People are waking up, and this is a good thing. How did that hit me? Anyway, people are waking up, and that's really what matters here. And I just want to see this actually hit me. Sorry. Did it? Yeah, okay, that's weird. Anyway. So, yeah. Wealthy elite, gotta take them down. I think I've kind of summarized my this point of this whole talk, really. I mean, I think I've said all I need to say. Wealthy elite are the enemy. No doubt about it. Like, legit. I think I'm gonna end the video here. Yep. Anyway. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, or favorite, or whatever you feel necessary. I'll see all you love beings universe in whatever I upload next, okay? You all stay chill now. Love you all. And see you in whatever I upload next.
Sombra Online.
Peace.